So, it's been a few days since we checked in on the status of the gaming crash. Where are we now? There's that, and there's that, and there's this, and my good gracious, are we just getting started? How have you been spending the gaming crash? I've been closing in on my 100% of the Brotato DLC on Steam. I already 100%ed it on the Game Pass version, but the Game Pass version is like a third of the size of the Steam version, at least in terms of achievements. Like the content of each version is the same, but for some reason the Steam version has way more achievements, so I've been absolutely bending over backwards trying to get the 100% because flick it. I did the 100% in all the other versions. And yes, I said flick it. Be proud of me. I was gonna swear, but then I would have lost my monetization, so I whipped out the main bug from Bug's Life, and I said flick it. Because, you know, if you swear your butts off after the first 60 seconds of a video, then it's fine. But if you swear in the first 60 seconds, then you lose all your monetization, and you're morally evil and irredeemable in YouTube's eyes. So flick it. It's tough to be a bug, am I right? But it's been a few days since we checked in on the status of the gaming crash, and I figured with all the headlines that have been coming out over the last few days, it's time to do a little update video. In before Joe wears all the salt content, don't worry, it's cooking. I'm grinding the salt as we speak. I have the next like 3 or 4 videos mapped out already, and don't worry, me hearties, they're all salt videos. First things first, we have this nonsense that you probably saw, because after Microsoft and Nintendo started raising their prices, well, Microsoft raised their prices, Nintendo just confirmed they're going to be an expensive as shit company now, an expensive as shit platform and ecosystem. I'm past the swearing point, so I can say shit as many times as I want. YouTube still thinks I'm totally cool, toots toodles, advertiser friendly. I don't know why I said toots toodles. But after Microsoft and Nintendo started raising their prices, people started looking at Sony as if they were the good guys, as if Sony hadn't been using every single opportunity to raise their prices up to this point. Like, I really don't know why people thought this wasn't coming somehow. Sony is the same company that will refuse to drop the prices of their consoles over 5 years. It's the same company that'll raise the prices of its consoles over time. It's the same company that unironically put a $700 console in front of us without even a greatly improved hardware. It's the same company that jumped at the opportunity to start charging $70 for their games and upcharge the online firewall to play your own games online. I really don't know why anyone thought they weren't going to jump at the opportunity to use tariffs as their big excuse to raise prices again. I mean, like, we saw headlines like this coming out of just like last week. Like, oh, don't worry, Sony's not raising game prices in the near future. Yeah, they're also not releasing games in the near future. Like, yeah, you have Death Stranding and Ghost of Tsushima 2, and then it's just fucking crickets as far as the eye can see. Yeah, don't worry, they're not raising game prices in the near future, guys. You can't raise prices if you don't make games, bazinga. But then this report comes out that Sony is not only considering an additional price increase because of tariffs, which is just my favorite excuse ever. It's like, yeah, guys, we were already charging out the ass and upcharging everything and charging way more money than we needed to before, but then tariffs started happening. So now we need to raise our prices so our over-bloated profit margins don't shrink just a tiny bit. We've been overcharging the consumer for years at this point. We couldn't just not overcharge the consumers for a little bit. No, we have to additionally overcharge the consumers because something tariffs. That's why we're raising prices in regions where the tariffs aren't affecting them. And that's why we're raising the prices on digital goods, which are unaffected by tariffs. It's all because of tariffs, guys. Trust me. Trust us. It's not because we just want to use every excuse that we can to raise prices, because, you know, it's not like historically that's what every corporation has done. Every corporation looks at every possible excuse that they could have to raise prices. But this time, no, this time they're being honest, guys. Sure, they've used every excuse in the book to raise prices for literally decades at this point, but this time, tariffs? Nah, they're being honest about this one. This one's necessary. Am I being clear enough? Here, let me be clearer. You're fucking stupid if you think tariffs are the actual reason for this. But this is also funny. Previous focus was on sell-in units, and now the focus is on engagement and monthly active users. Which explains why PlayStation has been obsessing over getting PSN accounts and PC games. If that doesn't scream that something's wrong, I don't know what does. Your previous measure of success was how many units you were selling. But now, your new measure of success is how many monthly active users you have, and also you're trying to cheese the monthly active user count with another platform. I wonder why you don't want to focus on units sold anymore. It's almost like the units sold number is not something you want to tout anymore. And this is all happening around the same time that the cost of units is higher than ever, and consumers are less likely than ever to part with money for individual products that are being priced higher than ever. My goodness, my gosh, I think we've gone full Macintosh. But that's just the Sony side of things. We all saw that one coming. What's going on around the other sides of the industry? Well, EA got their way into the headlines not too long ago because while everyone started talking about $80 games, EA released a statement that was like, we're not raising our game prices. We have no plans to raise the price of games to $80. And everyone was like, oh my goodness, EA, you're starting to be the good guys. Never mind that you just laid off a few hundred people, and never mind the fact that you just ended remote work policies, which historically speaking is what happens immediately before another round of layoffs. So I wouldn't be getting too comfortable in your big boy britches over there, EA. Because also, generally speaking, in order to be a successful video game company, you have to release some good video games every now and again. A lot of people talking about how awesome Battlefield looks, and yeah, Battlefield does look awesome right now. You know what else looked awesome leading up to release? Battlefield 2042. So I'm not holding my breath. I'll believe it when I fucking see it. And it's not like one good Battlefield game is going to completely fix EA's reputation. This is the same company that canceled the Titanfall game like 2 weeks ago. This is the same company that's completely flipped Respawn Entertainment inside out and shook all the gold coins out of their pockets and also all of their good ideas. But the big third party, I guess, piece of news that I want to talk this one's satisfying. So ever since the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ubisoft has been doing their best to act like this totally saved them. You know, they were parading around the number of players, all the outlets and all the journalists were talking about how Assassin's Creed Shadows totally fixed the Ubisoft situation and everyone is back on track. Well, Ubisoft actually had a financial report the other day. And guess who was right about things? Me. Because Ubisoft's net bookings have fallen 20%. Year over year. 20%. And what's their stock looking like? Oh, goodness. $2.06. $2.06. Ubisoft's stock is now officially cheaper than milk. So I would like a formal written apology from all the people who tried to tell me in the comment sections of my previous Ubisoft videos that I was being too harsh on them and that I was just being a hater, you know? That after Assassin's Creed Shadows came out and I was a little suspicious of the way that Ubisoft was portraying the information, the way that they were focusing on players instead of units sold, the way that their stock price wasn't moving. All you people who said I was a conspiracy theorist and I was just a hate grifter, I want a formal written apology because I was fucking right the whole time. Ubisoft is continuing to completely fall apart, and I don't know who they're even trying to fool at this point. Didn't they sell off a giant chunk of their soul to Tencent? Aren't they doing something new? They also released a statement a few days ago about how Sands of Time, the Sands of Time remake, that's totally gonna come out next year. Yeah, fucking no, it's not. And the reason I pick on Ubisoft so much on this channel is because not only are they like the perfect poster child for everything wrong with AAA third-party publishing, you know, we can talk all the shit we want about how Microsoft handles studios, how Sony handles studios, but in terms of like the big third-party publishers, you know, EA, Ubisoft, Bandai, you know, companies like that, Ubisoft is like the poster child of how not to do things, and all of their problems are so obvious and so avoidable if they just had a 5-minute conversation with any gamer in the entire planet. And it's just so satisfying when they tout big numbers and they talk about how great their successes are and how wonderful their launches are and how they're getting everything back on track, and then they have to finally talk to investors and reveal that their bookings are down like crazy, their stock price has dropped down to $2. And also, just to hammer it home, you know how Ubisoft was like parading around the number of players and for Assassin's Creed Shadows? Oh, it has the biggest launch in Assassin's Creed history because of all these players. Yeah, they straight up refused to give sales numbers to their own investors. Do you realize how bad a situation has to be for you to refuse information to your own investors in the face of a stock that looks like this? You are in the shits this badly, and yet you are still refusing to give information to your own investors. Just fucking put me in charge of this company. I will turn things around like that. Oh, all that to say, is the gaming crash is going swimmingly right now. It's going fantastic. We're in a great place. So I'm just going to keep on playing Counter-Strike and keep burning through my backlog of AA games and older retro games, and maybe I'll play some Doom the Dark Ages once it gets patched up a few times, because to my understanding, there's some problems with it right now. I'm recording this on the morning of May 15th, though, so maybe those problems have been patched out already. I've just been hearing about some inconsistent performance in the pre-release version, but you know what? We don't have to worry about the pre-release version now because the game is out, so I can just play it. But thank you guys for sticking with the channel while I do some more news videos. I like talking about news. News is fun, right? But like I said, I got some salt videos cooking up as well. The next like 3-4 videos of mine are going to be salt videos, so strap yourselves in. Also, keep an eye on discord.gg/doofus, because now that the school year is coming to a close, I'm finally going to start hanging out in there a little more, hanging out in voice chat more, and also starting up some streams, some live streams, now that I'm going to have some extra time on my hands. Maybe I'll start yoinking people out of my Discord to play Counter-Strike with me and hold you hostage at gunpoint to make you play Counter-Strike with me, because that's the kind of good friend I am. I don't know what I was saying. Okay, Doofus Club time. Epion504, Grimsy, Edge Knight 1789, I'm their Little Mermaid, but I'm no Danny Damsel. Kushka, Nate, it's Murdoch Brand, of course it's safe. Unicorn Rocco, Unicorn Rocco, Wild Gamer 2001, Opossum, Better Fondue, and Omega Hero Culture. My favorite line from Pulp Fiction is English motherfucker, do you speak it? AKA Big Tech. Thomas Spokane, Dial Up, Kyle Ward 789, Sensen Akagi, Anon Forlaw, Master Killer, The Return of the King, when he's upside down, George from Seattle, Partial Mean 8, Nick, Multheme, Voxaldo, Clucked, Onyx, Jididese, Hail, Denuvo, Pub, Cod, Stop It, Codman 4372WX, Joe, it's the Gamer 127YT, not 127WT, get it memorized. Oblivion Game of the Year, remastered as Game of the Year. Fuck my fucking life. Joe Pookie, please join voice chat more. Celerot, Gold Pyrag, Zombie Fan, Alderoth 01, Asterber 5000. See, that's my kind of humor there. That's my kind of humor. Fucking Ass Ripper 5000. Doug Nigsy, Smile Blast 1314, Snake Eyes 327, Devastator 2000, Joe, please let us touch tip, you sexy man, MK2396E, I'm still in the moat, Joe, please get help, Hen Thigh, X Machina Gamma, Elite Wolf, Fire Hazard 105, Klepto Penguin, Banshee, GWXSS, Ras the Wolf, Evan Co, OK Toodles, Tech Gaming, Jungle Zone, Slim Jim, Really Zer, Gaming with Dead People, Gaming with Dead People, All Games Video, Japanese name, Max Killer, V2 Gaming, Biscuit 1101, Todd Howard, our Lord and Savior, Horizon Forbidden West Remastered, Pope Ralph for the Racking, Jessica Shepard, Ricky Spiral, Ricky Dikadabi, Muskie, I'm not hyped for GTA 6, it doesn't look that interesting to me, Rumi the Steel Angel, everything is better than the Switch 2, Sergeant Jason Bond, Baron Von Vaderham, Cyrus, Xbox raised prices, now I can't afford a motorcycle, Drew Jexica 940, Joe, you didn't answer my question, what the fuck, man, angry face, to the first Doofus, Creed Warrior 23, Max Chev, Marathon is a really stinky turd, isn't it, Chev? Oh, I didn't even talk about Marathon. I'm talking about the gaming crash, I didn't even mention Marathon. From the studio that is apparently worth billions of dollars and is making Marathon. I didn't even mention them. Lol. Totally insane. Even did Autry, Black Cobra, leader of the Doomslayer cult, Knight of Cypher, ML04. I own 6 copies of Click 2006 on Blu-ray. Oh no, it's Poopsie, Wolf of Midnight, Sig Rider, Pig Venus, Kev Dog 992, Sequence Studios, Film Kraken, Own Gaming, Tariq Brown, Thornskade, Magnex 7, Evans, Spino 3, Catalina Frickin' Wine, Mix of Pow Pow, White Trouble, Donnie Weston, Nick Donegan, Draws Mex on Twitch. Come hang, y'all. Gob Gobson, Rogue Winter 919, Bobby Henner, Kook Moofus, Hangman for Hire, Elvin Noble. Frost Crystal, Jimmy Chops by Genesis, Ian in Action, Floppy Pinkus 97, Mega Q, Crushka, Frame, Manga, Key, Scruffy, Skull, Ghost Ho. What the fuck just happened to my mouth? Remember to tell Nintendo to lower your prices. To JoJo 6, Vasco, Femtango, Raptor, Tim, The Amazing Blight Man, Blue Hook, Willie, JJ, Snorlax, and Show Your Feet, Joe, Don't Be a Pussy, Jody Breeze, Smitty, Worker, Yeagerman, Jansen, Max, Loro, Mass, Mimic, Advertisement, Diego Garcia, JJ Jesse, 8 Mike Gibbikins, I American Idiot, Rebel Blood 80, Antoine Horton, Oracle, Darth Muffin, Oh No, It's Justin, Red Roy, Tony Wayne, Mechanical Resonix, Extreme the Wolf 7, Joey Scoops, My Name is Mud, Joe Taku, Stop Playing COD, Play the Finals, It's So Much Better. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Smile, Wannabe Hoa, Jidge, Weston, Billet 310 Char, Rob C, Chicken Jockey Veg, The Groovy Banana, Curtin Allen Spec, wear a maid dress once you hit 20k, Joe. The video is over, get in the moat, you doofuses. Holy shit. Holy shit. I need water right now. I need water, Toodles.